Florida State fans take pride in knowing that some of the best athletes in the nation are wearing garnet and gold. They get to see them on the field every week, but there is another and even bigger component to these talented players. They are students first, and making sure these Seminole student athletes reach their full academic potential is the responsibility of the athletic academic support staff. The staff at FSU takes this responsibility very seriously, making sure athletes are progressing towards degrees, as well as making sure they are meeting NCAA requirements, making them eligible to take part in athletic competition.
So some of the requirements that our student athletes have to meet are after they've completed 2 full years of school, they have to have 40% of a degree completed here. Most of the majors on campus require 120 units to graduate, so that means a student after 2 years has to have a minimum of 48 units completed in that major. The requirements then go up as you get older. There's also GPA requirements that they have to meet, and basically people have to be above a 2.0 the entire time that they're in school.
Student athletes have many resources available to help them make their lives as students more rewarding.
Our study hall and our tutoring program, we have learning specialists that work with our students, and what our learning specialist role is to help the guys with the skills that they already have and basically develop on those. And what that means is if they're having trouble with maybe note taking in class or test taking, working with them to help them understand what they can do to improve on those skills. Our tutoring is basically if you have an English class, a history class, a math class, the tutor is helping specifically with that subject.
But even with all the help and support, juggling practice, games, and classes can be a bit of a challenge.
The hardest part is just the transition between, that freshman year when they're getting here. They're learning the demands of the sport as well as the demands of a college life setting. That's probably the biggest hurdle, is that freshman year. Then from there, once I get into a routine, they pretty much follow that same script throughout their time here.
The academic advisors play a big role in the lives of FSU student athletes, and they leave a lasting impression that helps them succeed on the field as well.
It helps you a lot just because the guidance they give you, it's like a parent, like an extra parent that you have when you don't know how to do something or you have problems with something. You can come up here easily and find help from somebody, one of the advisors, one of the GAs, or one of the tutors that can help you almost instantly to learn something that you didn't know before or help you out with a problem that you had before.
Along with keeping up with the student athletes, the advisors work with the coaching staff as well.
Our coaches are very involved. We meet with them on a weekly basis to go over basically progress on how everybody's doing in each of their classes. I communicate with them quite a bit, and so do our other advisors in the office. If there's ever any issues, we call them up right away to let them know what's going on. We also, give them good news a lot of the time too. We have a lot of guys who do work really hard, and so we want to share that information with them, and so that when they're meeting with the guys in their own meetings, that they can bring those things up and they can talk to them about, how they did on a test or how they did on a paper or what they have coming up, just looking ahead into the semester and stuff like that. So we have really good communication with the coaches, and they're very helpful when it comes to academics.
All the hard work pays off in the end, and in more ways than one.
The most rewarding part of my job is, seeing the guys graduate. I always think that's a really important thing. We love when they win football games and we love when they play well, but I think the most important thing is when they graduate.
I'm Christie Dishner for the Jimbo Fisher Show.